Day 3.
Yeah, we had Doomsday 1.
No question in my mind.
We came from one of the toughest areas of Phoenix, most of this country, and of course,
Praying for safety and
on the defense, talking about it. You better get your ass involved. You better get involved.
I just gotta say, when it comes to mortality,
Different.
For sure, and they would have thrown it off because this guy gets off you.
And then I go to bed every night like, gee, man, I promise you that. What is up, Cowboys Nation? Your boy Mike Tag here, Jimmy Dee. We're getting this rolling. Hopefully, you had a good weekend. Jimmy's still laughing at my joke, but
Yes.
Hopefully, you guys are doing good, man. As you guys are getting in here, man, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe, do all that kind of good stuff. Get that out of the way. Definitely appreciate all the support, Cowboys Nation. So thank you so much. Jimmy's hiding my like. And see, there it goes. There's
Sorry.
See, I did it. We're working through it, but definitely get it going. Had a great weekend. As you guys know, if you follow me, dropped my daughter off at college. So she was our youngest, and our son stayed local. She went away. So any of you guys have done that, that is definitely mixed emotions of sadness, but more happy, really happy. And she's excited. Her room is phenomenal. She got it all dolled up. We were at 10:30 in the morning to 10:45 at night, making sure everything is right. So it worked out really good. And then lastly, before I get rolling, is definitely want to give a quick birthday shout out to my man Les. And I just want to say that because he, I believe it's his wife. Hopefully I'm right. Wife or girlfriend, let's just say, booked a Cameo and did a 24-hour request for a birthday wish, 58th birthday. And I did I say Shauna right? I said it right, hopefully. But anyway, long story short, I'm tired. So I couldn't fulfill it within the 24 hours because I was up there. And when I do the cameos, I want to make sure it's in the cave. I want to get the full experience.
Right.
I messaged him. I said, hey, I messaged her, said, man, I'm really, really, really sorry. If you could just give me till today, I'll be back. And I will make sure I get it done. And she was so kind to let me do it. So I knocked it out for her. Got a great cameo. So happy birthday, Les. Definitely appreciate it. And I told him I got some stuff coming to his cave just for the appreciation of being cool about it. So he's got a nice Cowboys cave. So we're going to get him hooked up too.
Well, you know, Les had a good birthday. He stayed all night and stayed a little longer, had a good birthday. Even SoCal's throwing out the happy birthday.
There we go. Yes. So any of you guys don't know, Cameo is I do a lot of videos. You guys see my hype videos, but I do birthdays, shout outs. What I've done lately, Jimmy, is making fun of people. I make fun of Eagle fans and Washington fans.
Good.
I do fantasy football draft orders. I love doing those. And those end up being like 15 minutes long. Probably should charge more, but I don't because I'm a man of the people, Jimmy. A man of the people. And that's what I do. So
it's always all about value here in the cave, and Mike Tag gives you all the value you want.
So I got Kelly. I got Kelly hooked up on there because my brother wanted him to do an inspirational, motivational speech in the Jerry Jones voice to my nephew. Get him motivated. He's going to college, getting college going, get career. And so Kelly did it and he sent it to me. Oh my God, I was laughing my ass off. It was so funny. And so I said, man, you got to be on Cameo and you got to do those for people. So I got him hooked up with Cameo. So I think Kelly is going to be on Cameo as well. So
I want to ask you, I want to get back. You were talking about moving your daughter in this past weekend, and we had an over-under here, and we had odds on Mike Tag getting emotional. So I want to know where we're at with this one.
No, I did. I did. No tear was shed. And I'll be honest with you, like when I'm by myself and I'm driving or whatever, even leaving it up to it, I get upset. But the way everything happened, the opportunity wasn't there. I know it's kind of weird. How's the opportunity not there? But everything was so hectic. We've never done this. So my wife and I couldn't believe all the shit that was in these cars. My truck was full. My daughter's Jeep was full. all of us drive up, and we get there at 10:30, and our loading time is 10:30, and it was from 10:30 a.m. to 10:45 p.m. We were building stuff, getting a room ready. The elevator broke, so now we're lifting stuff up all the flights of stairs. So so we went out. We were so tired, we left, and then we went and had breakfast first thing this morning, and I headed out at like 8:00. It was weird. I picked her up, so there wasn't that real moment that that I wish we would have had, but we just didn't. I thought we'd have a moment in her dorm room. That would have been the moment. Just never really got a chance to do it, but she knows I love her, and I'm happy, and I'm sad to see her. And I walked in her room when I got home, and it's empty. Not empty. Her stuff's still in there, but she's not there.
She'll be back Columbus Day weekend, Mike. Don't worry. Yeah, it's next week for us, so a week from Thursday, and they got this time window of like 2 hours. Yes. You're telling me it took 12 hours. I'm 2 hours. How's that going to work? You know,
understand? I have a daughter. Your son's going. If my son was there, we probably would have been done in like 5 minutes. Any of you guys? I mean, I could post the video, but you could go in. I think she did like a tour thing on her TikTok or something. But I mean, it's like it's like a little house. It's got everything. It's got a refrigerator, microwave, got coffee, got ice. We bought her a little ice maker. She's got she did a bow feed. I mean, it was my nephew's coming up here to Tampa to go to college for baseball. I guarantee you it's going to be about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes.
Yeah. But it's fun. So is she in a room alone or with other people, or how's that?
She's in a private room, but so it's basically you have your center little room with your bathroom and all of that. And then each one has their own private room.
Oh, that's nice, man. Damn. Yeah. See, my kid, Dominic, who produced on the show a while back, he's sharing a room with 3 of them in one singular room.
Oh, no private room?
No privacy. So it's like, for him, he kind of likes to, he likes hanging out and doing things, but he also likes that kind of like time alone. So I'm waiting to see how this plays out.
I bet he wants that time alone. That's the problem is, what are you supposed to do? I couldn't do that. Like, that's right. And it wasn't really much. It was like $100 more. It wasn't even much more a semester to do the private.
We didn't have that option.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah. But
Valdosta State, SoCal.
Valdosta State, yeah.
Jesse Tuggle, alumni.
Jesse Tuggle, yeah, absolutely, Jimmy. You know that. Yes. And they Titletown. That's Titletown is Valdosta State. All the national championships, state championships. So yeah, and it's only about less than 4 hours from our house, so it's not terrible. And so we're definitely. It's going to be different, but I'm excited. She's rushing for her sorority. That's why she's up early. So we didn't have to move with all these people. So it was a lot easier. You're kind of like a whole gang of people going up there. It wasn't as bad for us. It was basically most of the girls that were rushing for sorority. So it wasn't too crazy. So
yeah. No, it's man, we're getting old, and but it's awesome. We're proud of the kids. They're doing great, and like I said, our week is next week, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. So I don't know. She's rushing. She's got to pick one, and they got to pick her. You know how that stuff goes. I learned all about it this week. I had to go to the meetings, and I'm trying to understand it all. So by Saturday, she'll.
Well, my kid's gonna pledge lambda.
Is he lambda? I just told her I'm making moves. I always say that.
Oh, not the moves.
I said the moves sure know how to party, though. That's the only thing I'll say.
Actually, it is great networking. That and sports, SoCal. Great networking.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into a little weekend. So we had preseason week 1, and I know your Falcons. I think your guy got it. I think your guy.
No. One of the guys from Detroit got hurt. They suspended the game. Yeah.
So
Maurice Norris. It was nasty looking. Right? Yeah. With 12 minutes left in the fourth, we just snapped the ball, let the clock go, and there was a forfeit, and it was the right thing.
Forfeit.
It was nasty looking. No, what's that?
Nothing.
Oh,
bad news bears comment, but
I missed you. Right.
Yeah, but no. So I was just gonna say and here we go. You're jumping ahead.
Sorry.
You get all excited. So the question that we have is, with the Cowboys, the same old issues seem to creep up, and we talk about it, right? And the only thing I'd say with preseason, and that's why I want your take, Jimmy, and I want others, because this isn't just the Cowboys. This is really the way the NFL is today. Very rarely do the starters play. Now, I've seen some starters play. Burrow went out there and he went right down the field. I think they played Philly, scored, and then he was out. Mahomes plays, but for some reason, there's teams where nobody plays. And over half, do you understand when I said half the players just didn't play for the Cowboys? You know what I mean? So you didn't have the whole offensive line didn't play. The wide receivers didn't play. The quarterback didn't play. The running backs didn't play. I mean, they had to pick up Malik Davis because they needed a running back just to kind of, run the ball because they didn't want to put their other guys in there. He ended up being the best one they had that night. But I think Moffitt did good, which we'll get into. But so do you just get kind of ignore it? And if they play bad, you kind of say, oh, well, I say I'm not emotional when I watch the game. But when I see this, the tendencies is what worries me. Discipline, pre-snap penalties, still a problem. Run defense, still a problem. Cornerback, they got absolutely annihilated. So, and we all saw these issues coming up, and we all said, Dallas really needs to address their defensive tackle. They really need to get depth at cornerback because they got some injuries and they're, an injury away from being decimated. I mean, would that concern you, or is it, hey, man, most guys who played ain't even going to be on the team?
No, you know what? I wouldn't be concerned. I'd be concerned about the culture, like you're saying. You want to be taking stupid penalties, pre-snap penalties. Look, who's starting their third string? Like you said, who's not going to be there? I take a step back. The Falcons in our Super Bowl season last Super Bowl season were 0-4. We didn't look good at all. That's when you were starting. Some of your starters got a few, played the first quarter. And, we did really good that year, I'd say. But I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, look, our defense looked really good the other day with the rookies in. But who were we playing against? We were playing against third stringers. We weren't playing against Detroit starters. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's all about the culture. Those stupid penalties is not what you want.
That's the thing that worries me is the same thing. A lot of penalties. It was a lot of, and it took away from some really good runs from Moffitt, who I'll get into. But to tell the Cowboy fans, it's like calm down a little bit. The Cowboys have lost 9 of their last 10 opening preseason games. They're terrible in the preseason historically. Now, they've had of those years, they've had 2 losing seasons within those. That time frame, and it was Dak Prescott gets hurt. Those are their losing seasons within that. So I don't hold a lot of stock in the records, but the trend is there, and that's what's going to be stuck in people's heads. Is all right. We're preaching discipline, and Shotty's talked about it all training camp, and benching guys for fighting, benching guys for doing this. Stopping this, losing it. So when you see the same mistakes like they had Asim Richards inside the red zone, lining up wrong, right? Lining up a little too far back. They changed the rules a little bit. They got some guys with that last year. He was off the line of scrimmage. That negated 2 huge runs inside the red zone by Moffitt. So when you look at Moffitt's stats, you're like, he did okay, but he didn't do great. Well, dude, he lost 20 plus yards in 2 penalties for a guy lining about 6 inches off the line of scrimmage too much. So it didn't affect the play, didn't affect anything. But that little mistake by the offensive lineman, it negated. And then you say, well, the red zone didn't look good. Well, that would have been more than likely an opportunity for a touchdown.
And it sucks because, obviously they're shortening the preseason and all this. But at the end of the day, we're at the point. Sometimes I wonder why even have preseason. Just have your training camps and go right into the regular season, because nobody is playing their starters anymore, but little exception. Right. Yeah. And it's funny to your point, we actually, one of our was Jalen Pierce, our first round draft pick. He got into several fights in training camp, but Morris was okay with it. Coach Morris was cool with it. He wants his defense getting a little gritty and hungry, right? Jordan Fuller, one of our safety, blew somebody up and took the penalty on purpose. It's by design, right? I guess that's Ulbricht's, defense.
That's what Jimmy Johnson when he was a coach at Miami, he used to tell his players, get a roughing the passer penalty early. Hit the quarterback early, late. because it's going to be in his head and send a message. So it just depends on what your coaching philosophy is and what you want. But it was, I mean, those are the negatives for me. I mean, that was the negatives for me, is just seeing the trends. The trends of it was not what I wanted. Joe Milton. Now, Joe Milton is more than likely going to back up. He's getting a lot of hype. He's getting a lot of Cowboy fans are ready to kind of get Dak Prescott out of here. You put Milton in there, and you kind of got to see, not so fast. I think Milton's got a ton of potential.
Got a cannon. That dude's got a cannon.
But the problem is with the cannon, and they talked about it on the game, and my son and I were talking about it even in the car. He just hasn't learned that touch. It was like he had Flanoy touchdown, wide open, back in the end zone. And he just, it's a laser. It's no easy touch, no air under it. He just doesn't have that touch yet. And I think he'll get it, but he's a phenomenal talent. He's got raw ability. And the thing that he's got them legs. And they didn't set him up for success early because they wanted him to sling the ball, right? And that's what I say with preseason, don't get caught up in everything, because sometimes the coaches have a plan of what they want to see. They wanted to see him throwing the ball a lot. So the first 6 plays, they're just slinging it, and he's missing bad throws, 3 and outs, and it's over. What's up, Coles? And they're and that's it. So, but then he got settled in. They got him to run the ball. He did a quarterback keeper, and then once he got hit, he started feeling a little bit better and better and better and better, and that's the way it kind of went. So I think with Milton, he just had to get settled in, but he's not. He's a guy that's got some upside. He definitely has a higher ceiling than Cooper Rush. I'll take him over Cooper Rush all day long. It's just he needs those reps, and that's what preseason's for. So,
hells yeah, he's going to see Cowboys with Cam Ward.
Yeah, I love me some Cam Ward. I am so upset that I did not get to see Cam Ward. He was in Tampa, and I was doing all my stuff, obviously with my daughter and things like that, so I never got a chance to get over there. And I would have loved to go see Cam Ward, even because they were doing joint practices, just to go over there and see a practice. But
but that's the thing. That's why I don't get too caught up in this. I just like to see some of the rookies and what they're doing. You start taking preseason seriously, except for, like you said, because I've been hearing this in the cave the last 2 seasons about the culture of stupid penalties, right? Never mind the run game. See, you can't really, the run game, you're not going to worry about that because, again, there's no starters. So I wouldn't worry about that. It's the penalties. That's a controllable. That's something you can control.
Yeah, and it's pre-snap penalties. That's the thing,
right?
It's physical penalties. That's But on the flip side too, I did a video. If you guys, it was like an 8-minute thing because I was thinking about certain things. Yeah, that's right. He's legit. So you don't like him at the U, but some people don't like guys at college because they're with that team. But SoCal comes around and he sees it. But I did a video about the Cowboys typically will make a trade, and you look at the receivers, and the Cowboys have. They're full of receiver. I mean, they got some depth there. And you get outside of CD, you get outside of Pickens, you get outside of Turpin. It's like, what do you got? And you got Tolbert, you got Mingo, and then you got obviously Jalen Brooks has been there. You got Trishawn Holden, who's a rookie from Oregon, came from Alabama. I mean, a lot of talent. Got a little trouble. Got a little trouble. That's why we didn't get drafted, and that's okay. I think you need some trouble on your team too. We have some edge. So could the Cowboys trade one of their guys who would be the most valuable that they could probably get at least something for? They're not going to go get the bank and get but they can get maybe a team that has extra cornerbacks, a team that's got extra D tackles deep there, maybe not so receiver. I threw out Jalen Tolbert. Maybe Jalen Tolbert is the trade piece that the Cowboys can use this offseason to try and get something to get some depth. Now, they could go out. Asante Samuel's there. Gilmore's there. I think they can address a depth at cornerback if they wanted to. I don't know why they haven't yet, but I think they could. Defensive tackle, I don't think you're going to address it from the streets. I think they need to find somebody to get a big body in there to see what happens. But Jeff, I think Tolbert could be.
The rumor on Tolbert being moved, you see, they must have tuned in to the cave, and they're stealing your intellectual property again.
You know what they did? You know what they did, Jimmy?
What's that?
They're taking our show. I know they did it. I think you're behind it because they played our show backwards. And when you played it backwards, it had you saying, Hey, Jerry Jones, let's trade for Tolbert and steal all of Mikey's good ideas. You know, that's Beetle, for you guys don't know, Saturday Night Eddie Murphy's skit.
Shit, that was classic.
But no, where's the value? Where's the value that the Cowboys have? And I think I'm looking at it receiving a Tolbert's. I mean, he was not great, but he was a good number 3 for us. Led the team in touchdowns with 7 at 600 yards. Obviously, you had Cooper Rush all year. You didn't have Dak most of the time, but he did. You know, he's got some value for a team that could use a receiver. You know, it's there. I'd sign them both. I agree with you, Jeff. I saw those cornerbacks out there. I'm like, oh my God, if Bland goes down and Diggs is gone, the Cowboys better put up 60 a game on offense. I think they could put up 40. I don't know if they can put up 50 consistently. They sure the hell ain't putting up 60. So they have got to do something in that secondary.
So let me ask you, it's still, what's up with the Parsons situation?
I think it's going to get, and that's where I say should fans be concerned is, but you could throw Parsons in there as well. I just, I did a video at it. My kids went in front of her college just for fun, and I mean it seriously. It's ego and it's pride, and I think it's ego with Jerry, and I think there could be some pride with Micah too. And people are like, man, pride can make you do some stupid things. I mean, I've seen people murder people. I mean, OJ over pride because a guy's, inside his house with his girl, his ex-wife and this and that. And I'm not joking about it. I'm just saying rage can make you do stupid things. Pride can make you get fired from your job. Pride can make you lose all your money gambling because you did this one more time and I'm not going to go out like a sucker. So pride can make you do things that you don't want to do. And I'm not saying Parsons is at that level of it, but Jerry's ego is a problem, right?
Yeah.
They need to get together,
and go to that other level of the game.
They need to get together with the agent because that's Parsons' rep. I don't care what handshake or whatever he said he had with Parsons. Negotiations are done through his agent. That's why he pays the agent his 10%.
Yes.
That's what his agent, if there's a buffer between them, because emotionally, you're going to say, get the deal done, right? If I do everything on emotion, I'm going to make stupid decisions, and I'm going to probably make some good decisions too. It'll be a mixture. They just got to get together. I don't know what they're holding out for. Now, I would say Parsons, it's got to be structured right too. I mean, the Cowboys can't mortgage their whole future.
Right.
Figure it out. If Parsons is asking for $50 million, which I don't think he is, that's a little extreme. But if he's asking to be paid within the top players at his position, I don't think that's unfair. And it's shame on Jerry and shame on the Cowboys for not signing him sooner when that price was lower, because the price never goes down.
And it's every season I'm hearing this in the case. It's like it's ego at the, you talk about pride. Pride will get you fired when you're not wearing your Captain Hook fish and chips uniform. Right. You're not delivering IBM. Show a little pride. But it seems every year they're playing games. Just freaking get it done. You guys sign your tight end to if it wasn't for the Parsons, that would have been Cowboys fans would have been ecstatic. Ferguson,
But they do that. They did that. Sign him early. Smart move. They did it with Diggs. They signed him early. Then they did it with Steele. They signed him early. I mean, it's worked for them in some areas. It hasn't for others. And they did it with Jalen Smith years ago. They signed him a little early for a better deal. So they've been burned by it, but they've been beneficiaries of it too. But it's the life. I mean, football is a physical game. There is no guarantees. There's no guarantee. I mean, the poor guy in the Lions, I mean, he wasn't planning on that happening, but there's no guarantee. His career's probably could be over. I mean, you just don't know. It could be over like that. So these guys have to capitalize on their money-earning opportunity. That's just the way it is, man.
That's a business.
I get mad. People don't hate on guys because they want to get paid. I mean, that's what they do, and that's their future. Go look at some of these former players that, I mean, they don't even know what day it is. They don't know their family. They die, just broken. I mean, it's crazy. So I don't know.
Ultra, you could just shut up. No, but Jerry raised the prices, didn't he? So he's making more money. I mean, I'm not being a dick because with his capitalism, and that's what it's all about. And you're right. These players have a 5-year shelf life, overall, generally speaking. So you get that big fat signing bonus. You need that guarantee money because NFL contracts, they can cut you at any time.
You're goddamn right. I'm going to call Jerry. I had a handshake agreement with my ticket rep for what the prices were. And next thing you know, they've gone up over $100 a ticket in 3 years per game. That's how much they've gone up. So that's right. Pay to manage
per game.
That's what it is. And hey, they got no solid. They're not saying, hey, sorry, Mike. The only thing they told me was, hey, if you don't like it, just go sell your tickets. I mean, you could, well, here's the website. You can sell your seat license if you want it. So I'm just saying it's business. Everyone has a choice.
It's going to fix lot 4.
Yeah, probably. The dump. It should let us tailgate out there more, and then it'd be a lot better. We could save some money. But I'm just saying is don't, like, as a fan, don't get emotionally involved in the money thing. That's all I'm just saying, because what's happened is, and Jones does it and the players do it too, is now you've created a divide in the fan base where some people say, hey, Jerry, he shouldn't have to pay him. Mike he's wanting all this money and this and that. And it's like, hey, let them handle their business. Don't get involved in, don't negotiate through the media. So what does this say? I believe there's something about Micah that we're not aware of. Jane said 2 years ago they were thinking about it, and maybe they should have traded him then. What the hell are you doing now? Why didn't you trade him last year? You could have got 2 1s. Then trade him.
You could have gotten 2 1s, exactly.
I mean, why would you bring him in here knowing that he's not going to play under that 5th-year option? He's not going to play under it. And you're going to create a distraction. Now, wouldn't it have been better if the Cowboys traded him last year, got 2 number 1s? They could have had another first-round draft pick this year. They would have had another one next year. Everyone would have been over it. Everyone would have been over it. Fine. I mean, it's business. It's like I said, I'm a fan of the star. That's what – I'm not a Jerry, not a Parsons, not of Emmett, I'm a fan of the star. That's what I love. I've been a fan of players before they come, and I've been a fan of the team after they come. And that's just the way it is. So why didn't they do that? Did they really think that Parsons is just going to say, okay, I'll play for 24 minutes. That's fine. I'm making half of what my peers are making at my level. I'll just do it. He's not going to. And the Cowboys can stick it to him. The Cowboys they have every right to do it. They could say, you know what? Sit out this year. We'll franchise you next year. We'll franchise you the year after. Every year you don't show up, it just gets extended. Micah, your career is done if this is what you want. And that's what it's leading to. That's worst case scenario. Now, I don't think it's going to happen. The Cowboys are going to sign him. It's all going to be worked out. What I'm saying is this is what people deal with every day, going back and forth and trying to figure out what's going to happen. They should have traded him then, if that's what they wanted.
It is, though, what people, don't really think about. When we want to raise and we go to our boss, it's not public knowledge. It's not on X. It's not on ESPN. It's not on the radio. So, I mean, this is just a public situation where it's a money issue, right? That ain't happening. We're going in to get a raise.
Yeah. No. I mean, I didn't want to. I told myself I wasn't going to talk about the Cowboys and Parsons, because I just think there's really at this point, there's really nothing to talk about. If Parsons does not want to play, he has every right not to play. And if he wants to play, then if the Cowboys want to pay him, they can. What's that? Same thing I told my mom, ex-husband. I was here before you. Cowboy fans know it. But that Garland, this is the shit we go through every single year. They've got to do something to create just angst, drama, negative headlines, all this stuff in the media. And to me, as a fan, you hate it. I mean, just being honest. That's fun to talk about. It gives us something to tweet about. It gives people things to do videos about. But it just it sucks. It was due to COVID that he sat out the COVID year. But yeah, so that so it gives you all of that kind of stuff to kind of figure out. But to me, he's not here, and the team's got to go on. The only thing I would say is they're going to miss him. They're going to miss him. There's no doubt about it. But if there's one position that the Cowboys have some players in, it's the defensive end. So it's going to hurt, but I mean, it would have hurt a lot worse if he was our left tackle. If he was our starting cornerback, it would have hurt a hell of a lot more if he was that kind of player and that kind of position. But Trayshawn Holden, he's looked good in training camp. He looked good in the game and limited, obviously, opportunities. And that's why I said, he's 6'3", 205. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
He might be that guy, because the way I look at it, not to digress, Jimmy, is, and I think you see with receivers, you have Tolbert, you have Mingo. You kind of know what they are. You don't know enough about Mingo yet, but you know with Tolbert. With Holden, he's that guy that has his ceiling seems like you don't know where his true ceiling is. And would you rather have that than a guy that you kind of know as your fourth receiver?
Well, and to Gage's point, he might take over Tolbert's spot. If you can get something for Tolbert in a position you need, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because not you cut the you end up either he's you got Tolbert sitting, or you're cutting Holden.
Yeah,
and then you're scared. That's
another team's going to pick him up. That's the thing. You can't cut him. Because another team. What's up, Steven? Another team will end up picking him up. So I think the Cowboys are in a good spot. I think they're in a good spot at receiver because CD, thankfully he didn't get hurt from that stupid move. In the white line of that preseason game. I don't know if you saw that, Jimmy, but he got hit harder there than he did in a regular season game. That ref laid him out.
Yeah.
But with Pickens, I think they're good at receiver, but I think the other areas of concern, and that's why I was kind of put a concern. But I would say on a bright spot, Leofau. He looks like the real deal. He looked ready to roll. Holden, definitely. Maffa, I thought he ran the ball hard in between the tackles. I thought he played well in his limited opportunities. Eazy-E was kind of a mixed bag. Winfrey, obviously, defensive tackle. They got run all over, so I don't know if you want to highlight every defensive tackle as good or bad. They got Cowboys, same problem, run defense. So it'll be interesting to see Saturday. The crazy thing is, Jimmy, is we'll talk about the running back. Is the preseason game I was in, I had to go to Georgia for my daughter. And now I'm going to be gone this Saturday for preseason. So it's like I miss it. I watched it, but it's still not the same being in the cave. I was live stream be one of the people. So it kind of got messed up. So I'm going to miss this preseason game.
The week after that's Falcons. So it'll be a battle of the third stringers.
It'll be be worse than that. That's a thing. That's a bad one. But maybe that's the one. We'll have to live stream one of them. Maybe we'll live stream that one at least. I don't even know when it is. Is it Thursday? Do they do it on Thursday or Friday?
That's a good question. I think it'll look. I thought it was Friday, but
I don't think Malik Davis. Here's the thing I would say on the running back room. Just understand, most of your running backs didn't play, and all of your linemen didn't play. So you have Javonte Williams and Jadon Blue. You've got Maffa, who I talked about. Like obviously Miles Sanders, Malik Davis. Unfortunately, they needed a body, and he made the most of his opportunities. But let's just be honest. He's been here long enough. It kind of is what it is. So I don't think he's going to make the roster. No, if that's.
So the Falcons are, and the Cowboys are they on a Friday 8:00 NFL Network.
Oh,
August 22nd.
Yeah.
So
anyway, so that's kind of Toy. I liked him. You really can't put a lot into the preseason. That's just my. I tweeted to someone and I said, it's the only time in sports that I have no motion. No motion. Like I don't. If they could really, I could care less. I look for specific players I watch. I don't really look at the score. I don't look at the game because the game plan is so different. Shotty said it's going to be very vanilla, and Jimmy. Most teams are running everything is vanilla. The real horse shit of preseason SoCal is what my tickets are for preseason. I got to pay $315.
That's ridiculous. That's
crazy. For practice.
But you know what you are looking for? You're looking for a rookie or an undrafted free agent, whatever it might be, who's a dog, who's busting their ass. That's what in my opinion, a coach is looking for.
Yeah.
Right. They're not looking at a stat sheet. They're looking at attitude, football IQ. And I think that's what basically this has evolved into. That's all they're looking for, right?
Yeah. No, that's what Trayshawn Holden. That's what you find him in preseason. You find him in preseason. And I don't think they need to get rid of preseason, but they sure the hell shouldn't be charging the fans and season ticket holders what they do. That's the other reason that I said, you know what? I think season tickets just there's no value being a season ticket holder with the Cowboys. I can go to the games I want, get the seats that I want for less than what I'm paying. And it was just more of an impulse thing for me. It was a dream, be a season ticket holder. I liked it. It was just one of those things. It was that bucket list you do, Jimmy, right? The bucket list you do.
Yeah.
Damn right, SoCal. Good point. It should be free.
That's a great point.
Well, it's an excellent point. Jerry ain't going to do that. But yeah, I just don't think being a season ticket holder in the NFL has the prestige and kind of the appreciation from ownership like it does in hockey. I hate to say that. I don't like baseball. Hockey, they treat you like gold. They're so appreciative.
Yeah, it's crazy. You said they're still calling you up. Hey, we know we didn't forget about you.
Didn't forget. It's sold out. But I talked to some season ticket holders. They have events where you meet the players. They do jerseys swap where at the end of the year they get the jersey off the players' backs. They give away sticks. They have a whole thing, all the equipment. You can do the Zamboni. Like if I have my kid, too old now, but if I had a little kid, it can go on there and do the Zamboni. Right? I mean, they do appreciation night. They do all these different events. They do all these different things for season ticket holders. It's constant. And the Dallas Cowboys, 0. Pittsburgh, friend of mine, she was on the waiting list for I don't know how many years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever it is. They have a season ticket holder night at the stadium. Season ticket. They have all these events, all this stuff for them. And the Cowboys, they don't even let you move your seats. So like Jimmy, like where my seats are, like if I ever want to move a section, hey, can I get to the edge? Can I do this? Can I do that? They don't let you. They don't let you.
You know, preseason game.
Yeah, nothing. So like at the end of the year, you have pick a seat where you can move your seats around. Yeah. It's bullshit. No, they treat their season ticket holders like shit. And I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, and I'm telling you that.
Yeah. Now, and that at the end of the day, you blew my mind when you said $300 a ticket. A ticket. Jesus, man. No, there's no way. That's ridiculous. And you're seeing no starters.
That's $1,200, right? $1,200. Yes. I gave away my tickets to a guy who bought some tickets, some games off me. I said, here, buy the games. Here's the value of the games. I'll give you the preseason ones. I'll throw them because who the hell wants to go to that? So I just gave them to him.
Yeah. Well, Ultra. Yeah, I do. And I know you got a picture of me in one hand and your other hand somewhere else. About once a day. I'm sure that's what's going on there.
What's up with the Yankees? Are they?
Oh, what a disaster! Yeah, a fucking disaster. I tell you, I'm so disgusted. First of all, 3 of the guys we got on the big trades before the deadline are hurt. They're on IL already.
All right, so Mariano Rivera's on IL.
Yeah, Mariano Rivera's on IL, but ACL and friggin' the old timers game. But Willie Randolph said it best. Well, first of all, Boone's outbursts in the last couple of weeks, it's frustration because he knows he ain't long for the world. They should have canned him after the road trip down in Texas. He should have been gone.
Yeah, immediately,
right? Willie Randolph said it best. Nobody fears us right now. Nobody fears us. The Yankees care about Aaron Judge, Goldschmidt. We don't care. So yeah, we're a disaster. We need to change a coach. I don't want to hear about personnel. Base running blunders. Are you kidding me? Come on.
I wanted to show you this video. And
SoCal's right. It's got to make the playoffs, but man, I don't know.
No, I mean that's if you could do that, that's good. But I was thinking of you because the Gator was he was I guess for the old time game. Guidry was there.
Yeah.
So he flew in.
Louisiana Lightning.
Yeah, you got to look for the video. So. Right. You have these autograph hounds, like these, grown men with their books and their little notepads and their pictures. Yeah. I mean, most of them all are selling them. There's some people, and I'm making fun of myself. So I got autographs, but I've never been 50 and some of these guys are 50 and sit and and wait with the books or anything. Usually I'm more into pictures now, get a picture with a guy or something like that. But Guidry was the best because he comes out and there's a gate and he walks out and he goes, all right, listen here. I just got done. Long flight. I got a vodka they're making for me over there. I'm going to sign until my drink is ready. And when my drink is ready, I'm going to leave. I'm going to have my drink and I'll come back and I'll sign for everybody that's left. And that's it. And like, he's slapping his hand like, you got to watch it. It was just
I'm going to watch it.
Because everyone's waiting and he signed it. It was just really cool, man. Guidry, he has that Louisiana Cajun accent.
The Cajun accent.
Yeah, it was funny. You
my
go
first
watch.
order of business.
Kid, he was one of my favorite pitchers.
That's my first order of business after the show is to watch. You
talk about this. I can play you the audio, but I can't find the damn thing.
You're talking about 40 or 50-year-olds who get the autographs. Remember in what the hell was Ace Ventura when he's going undercover and he's getting Dan Marino's autograph. He's got the zits on his face. He's getting an autograph from Dan Marino. That's what it looks like.
Oh, but it was fun. Oh my God, it was so funny. It was so funny, but I loved it. But yeah, so I was trying to see if there's anything else happening in the world of sports, Jimmy. What do you think of Shador? We didn't really talk about that. He got an opportunity. I think it's preseason, right? So yes. Yeah, but I thought he played well. I mean, you give the man his due. He thought he played well. I think the media is making a little bit much over it, but I thought he played. I don't know about you guys in the chat, but I thought Shador played pretty well.
So we have two different things here. First of all, I'm going to say, I love Prime. He started with the Falcons. He's the reason I'm a Falcons fan, right? And I don't watch much college football, but I'm a root for Deion Sanders' kid. All right. And obviously he did well he went against third stringers. We all know this. We're not going to kid ourselves. He's not the next coming of Christ. He's not the next Tom Brady. Maybe he is, and I don't know. We'll find out in a season or two. But then you got the haters who just hate on him. It's like, just let it ride.
Well, here's
hate on him for Deion.
Dude, he looks great, and I thought he looked great. And then you have Cleveland announced they're planning on retiring his jersey next week. So I mean, that's the extreme you have. You have some people that are like, I think he played well. I think he did good. And then you got the other ones that are like, going to go crazy. Going to take the one extreme to the other.
Dude.
I think he's handled himself well. I think maybe the draft drop was probably maybe what the doctor ordered. I think he's been pretty, been a humble guy. And it's funny, his interaction with the media. I don't know. Did you see the media guy that came up to him and he was just nice about it? Hey man, he goes, why don't you ever write anything nice about me? You're always, and he said it jokingly, and then they both got a laugh out at it.
Yeah.
No pat on the back, and it was no like vicious, like you've seen like some of these guys get vicious. Yeah, it just seemed like he was pretty cool. So I mean, I root for him. I root for any, I root for any young kid that's trying to make something, and maybe him dropping to the 5th round was what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, and like you said, his interaction was perfect with that guy. He played it perfectly. It wasn't even passive aggressive. He was being a smart ass. But it was funny and it came off funny. Didn't come out of being a dick, right?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so hey, Sanders got his statue too.
Did Deion get a statue in Atlanta?
No, Shador did.
Oh, Shador. Oh, Shador.
No, they dropped Brady.
I thought they were putting a Deion. Didn't they do something for Deion in Atlanta? I thought they were doing.
Oh, he's in our ring of honor. I mean, but Sanders. Wait. Sanders statue unveiling is in week 2.
Yeah.
Which Sanders? Shador prime time. Here now, all the statue freaking comments are coming out.
I know, but hey, I don't know who they.
Let's talk about Shador.
I don't know who they play next week, but it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I know for Angel. Well, the Cowboys drop at least 30 on the Eagles. Yeah, I think the Cowboys offense. I mean, not to get too much of the Eagles, and we're definitely going to get into that game. The Eagles are going to be tough, but I think the Cowboys offense is going to put up points. I mean, I don't think our offense is the least of our concerns. The defense. I mean, we could put up. 30, 40 points on Philly, but are they going to put up 32 or 42 on us? That's the real concern. And I believe in Eberflus. His scheme has been good everywhere he's gone. So I'm going to think he'll get it figured out. I just really would have felt better if we didn't have a lot of penalties, which I know you're playing with guys who aren't going to be on the team. And I would have felt better if our run defense just seemed a little bit more stout.
So now, Rick, did they throw like a toy onto the court in the middle of the game? Do you see all that craziness going on?
Yeah, that's something we probably would have done as kids. So I can't be too hard on them. But
exactly, but it's
come on. I mean, this is
this is not high school
environment,
right? You got kids.
Full respect.
What
did the one lady say to you? It's almost what I want to say.
Hey, don't be filth. He is filth.
He is filth.
So did you see, I looked at today, I took a look at the ESPN power rankings, which is so stupid. The season hasn't started yet. They don't know nothing. They had, Philadelphia first. I think it was Baltimore second. They had the Cowboys 23, the Falcons 28.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
That recent one?
That was today. That was today I saw that. Yeah. And I looked at another one that had the Cowboys at like 18 and the Falcons at like 22.
I mean, if you're going to put the Cowboys 18 right in the middle, I can't argue with it right now. I mean, they finished, 7-10. They got a rookie head coach. You got your quarterback coming off of season-ending injury. You got questions. You don't have Parsons. You got questions at defensive tackle. You got questions at cornerback in regards to health and depth. I can't put up a big fight if you're going to put us in the middle of the pack. But putting us 23, putting the Falcons 28, I mean, that's just looking for a headline. That's just looking to get some reaction from people. And they do that so people talk about it.
People talk about it like we are.
But I mean, I think the Cowboys are going to they have a lot to prove. I mean, the Cowboys can't walk into this season and say, "Oh, we're going to be the team to beat." I know Dak made a comment to Stafford, "We'll see you in the NFC Championship game." And I like that. I don't know why people make a big deal about it. What are you supposed to say?
Right, we're not
shooting golf, you know what I mean? When the season's over, you should be confident.
Now, okay, now I just looked at another one. So maybe they updated since I looked at it earlier, but it had Dallas 20 and the Falcons 21 at the one I'm looking at now on ESPN.
Yeah, I think that's low, but I'm not gonna cry about it. I mean, I think Dallas is probably 15th to 18th would be probably the same.
But my thing is, what the hell power rankings before the season starts?
They know as much as our postmen.
Exactly. Thank you. Yeah.
So it's all for talk. It's a fictional product. They got Texas ranked number 1, and we know they're going to get their ass whooped in Ohio State. We know that, but they do it. They do it for reaction.
It's all posturing.
It is posturing. They put Notre Dame as 5, Miami's 10. They play each other, so they're very strategic. They got one. So now on the weekend, you got 1 versus 2. You got 5 versus 10. You got these intriguing matchups. They shouldn't have any rankings in college football till week 3.
Hey, wait a minute. I wasn't going crazy. The one I pulled up a minute ago was last week. This is today. Cowboys 23, Falcons, Miami's after them 24, and the Falcons 28. That's today.
I don't know. Yeah.
But again, it's bullshit. But they want people. Oh my God, and they're people click on it just
they're
like
reacting. Like if they did it today, that means they're reacting to a preseason game.
And they are, which is stupid because it gets back to what we said 10 times on this podcast tonight. The preseason doesn't count. It doesn't matter. It's all third stringers. Give me a break.
Yeah. Let me ask SoCal or Ultra a question, because this came up on a show today I was listening to. So if Texas were to win a national championship, is it fair for the SEC to claim them as as their conference to win the national championship, or is it really was like what was it, the Big 12 they were in, because they just joined the SEC? Because the argument was going on they were criticizing the Big 10, because the Big 10 won the last 2 national championships, right, with Ohio State and I think Michigan, and they were talking about, well, the SEC's won X amount and they're going to win. They're going to win with the SEC with Texas. So does that claim? So Ultra says they can't claim. I agree with that. And I'm just a fan. I am saying that they can't claim the SEC. SEC can't claim them. They can't claim them because they've just been in the league. They're not a traditional SEC team. So I agree. It was the same as if USC, they'll never win it. Why are we wasting time? Never mind. I was going to say if they win the championship, that's never going to happen. So, no, they deserve to be I don't think they deserve. This is the other thing. And if Ohio State, which it doesn't matter because they play opening day, if you're going to put Ohio State 2, you think they're that good, and they won the national title, they should be number 1, in my opinion. Now, if you had them 10, if you had them 12, if they would have come out, but I think if Ohio State is if you believe they're within the top 5, they should be ranked number 1. They should
number 1.
Yeah, that's what I think. What do you think about that, Jim? Do you agree?
I agree. Yes.
Thank you, Jim.
Speaking of college football, when is Uncle Cheech going to come in?
Uncle Cheech, he's going to be coming in. I think next week he starts.
Okay.
Because we got to go through his sleepers, and he did that for college. He's going to do it for pros. So we gotta see. Claiming Texas is like that was fun. I like that. I like that guy.
Yeah, I did.
But I agree, though.
Here we go.
I think our last championship.
Here we go.
But 2001. That was our last championship. So when was yours? 2 years later. So what are you, an Eagle fan now? Is that what we're doing? Are you is that Carl in the closet? Because that's what he says.
That's saying no cows in the closet.
And let's just be honest. The USC national championships all have asterisks. They all have asterisks because they had illegal players. They got the Heisman stripped from them. There was a lot of shenanigans going on. They got stripped of all their national championships recognition. So they have 0 of those times.
So you're saying they cheated? They didn't do it the right way?
They cheated. They cheated.
Oh, okay. That's sad.
It is sad.
Reggie
Bush
right
is not invited to the Heisman because they cheated.
That sucks. That's too bad.
Yeah. All our championships. No, that it's as an asterisk. There's an asterisk on it. Asterisk. And there's no T. And I know he's bullshitting because he put 2 N's in there. That means it's fake. He's trying to get me with a fast one. He said 1 N in Heisman.
Yeah.
1 N in Heisman, Jimmy. Maybe he got that high. Maybe he got the Cracker Jack version of the Heisman. Maybe
the Heisman.
Heisman. So, but yeah. So anyway, don't. What did he say? Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
That one?
We don't do Coke. Hey, Coke does not. That is not against the NCAA rules. Number 1. First of all, there was what they do in their own personal time. That is not against the rules. So you can and bitch about that all you want, but I know some Coke that got us 3 Super Bowls, so I'll take that all day long. I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care.
It's their personal business.
Personal business. What I do in my house, you might not do in your house, but what I do in my house is my business. And the simple fact of it all is that we're bonded by the First Amendment. Do I got to do 2 live crew on? We got freedom of choice.
Yes.
Or you have the right to listen to whoever you want to, and even the 2 live crew.
I was going to go with, hey, that's my business. Oh, shit. I wasn't going to put that one on. Now I'm glad I did.
Yeah. I like that, Jimmy. So,
Yes.
But anyway, hey.
Oh, he's talking about Coca-Cola.
Oh, I thought hey.
That's different.
That's different. I apologize.
The new Coke, the old Coke, whatever the hell.
New Coke or old Coke?
Yeah, I like the old Coke.
And they had classic Coke. Remember that?
Classic Coke.
That was their lifetime. You had new Coke, old Coke, and then they went out with classic Coke because they would bitch about the new Coke.
Remember, was it Faygo? You remember that stuff in the glass bottles?
What was the best was the glass bottles, but what about grape soda? Was that Faygo? Had the grape soda?
Yes.
And they had the
orange
drink.
That's
orange soda, pineapple soda. They had the pineapple soda.
Joan Rivers used to do the commercials for them.
Yeah, I remember Jolt. Jolt used to be the big thing. Like go in school that week and get going.
Tony Montana party. Cal says the glory years were like a Tony Montana party.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. I'm going to be down in Miami for the Notre Dame game. It's a bucket list for me to see the Miami Hurricanes and Notre Dame. Obviously, great traditional rivalry. And it's going to be interesting. And I like Pepsi too. Thank you, Garland. I like Pepsi. I like Coke or Pepsi. Pepsi's good on certain days. Coke is good on certain days. Not Coke, but Coca-Cola on certain days. Just to be straight, in case everyone's listening. But I'm excited for the Miami Hurricane. I mean, it's going to be that. I wish it was at the Orange Bowl, but obviously it's at the Hard Rock now. But it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a great way to kick off the season. Because then I got that game, and then Thursday we got the NFL season opener with the Cowboys and the Eagles. So it's going to be a fun-filled week of football for your boy, man. I might have to take some time off to try and recuperate.
It's funny you mentioned. So now we're talking about soda. You know what? I try not to drink soda anymore as much. But when I do, ice cold cherry Coke. Cherry Coke, the best.
Yeah,
bar none.
You know what the best is?
What?
What is the best soft drink? Best soft drink. Do you know what the best soft drink is?
No.
Where do you get the best soft drink? Do you remember that? I haven't been there forever, but a McDonald's Coke.
Yes.
McDonald's.
Fountain.
It tastes different.
Tastes different. Yes.
Fountain, McDonald's Coke. And they said something. There was something where they said they had a special formulation that's for Mark, that's Sweet Tea. They had a special formulation that was exclusive to McDonald's. A&W root beer is good. Root beer float.
Root beer's good. Yeah, root beer float's good. Sarsaparilla.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's it. I thought they had that down at Tampa Bay. Well, that's Gasparilla.
Close.
Mexican. God, this is digressing rapidly. Zero Pepsi Cherry's the best. Yeah, I never had that. I got to give it. My mom, rest in peace. She loved Pepsi. She lived on that stuff.
No, it's a sweeter flavor.
It's got right. It has kind of like a sweet bite. I'll tell you, I don't know if you guys have limoncello ever. So this past weekend, my mother-in-law was here on Saturday. She said, I'm gonna introduce you to a new drink. Okay. So about this much champagne, about that much limoncello, and some lemon and 3 scoops of lemon sorbet. You know that sorbet stuff?
Yeah.
It was like, first of all, it was a hot day. It was perfect. It tasted like an Italian ice. You know the lemon one where you're digging off the bottom and you taste it?
Yeah.
It was scary because it was pretty strong. So I had to lay off of those after the first 2. It was good. I'm going to have to make that again. Oh, boy. Look at Ultra. He's being filth again.
He is. I tell you, he might be a little on the other side because he talks about that place a lot.
Oh, and you know what? You got to.
I have no. To each is their own. I could give 2 shits. It don't bother me which way you swing. Just keep it on your side of the fence. But
yes, exactly.
I don't know.
Coke is good for cleaning batteries and rust.
Is it true you do the Coke and you put the Mento in there and it explodes? I think. Is that what it is?
Yeah, the Mentos. Yeah, you put it and you screw it and you shake it and it blows up.
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly.
I told you we'll leave it at this because we're running out of time. But I'll give you my one soda story. So when I worked at Publix when I was a kid, Publix is a grocery store in Florida. When I worked there as a kid, like 14 years old, I wanted to do, the big thing was like doing a cleanup because it could take you like an hour, 2 hours. And you only work like 2.5 hours. So if someone's dropped a sauce or dropped something, you go to the mop room. It takes you forever. No one's watching. You have to bag groceries and used to have to carry all the groceries out, so it's hot as hell. So this is how stupid I was. I know. Below Deck is next.
His stories.
So imagine this is a 2-liter bottle of soda. So I told my buddy Dave, I said, look, man, let's do a cleanup. I'm gonna break this soda and spill. And then then we'll have to clean it up, right? I had to get the mop. And so we used to have these pocket knives, like the little, the box cutter. And so I didn't know the pressure that's in the soda. So, stupid me, I said, well, I'll just slice it and then it'll open and it'll spill. I went like that, and the damn thing blew up in my face. It sounded like a bomb went off, like a pipe bomb. And the whole 2-liter bottle shot in my face. And all of a sudden, the whole store stops, and he's running around, and the manager comes up and goes, what the hell happened? What the hell? I said, I don't know. I was moving the shelves, and it exploded all over me. I don't know what the hell happened.
Let's roll the cameras.
I should have opened it to relieve the pressure and then you break it open. But who knows that stuff? When you're 14, 15-year-old, you don't know that stuff.
I never heard that before. That's
yeah.
Damn, you got me before we even came on with a good story, and now you got me going out with a good.
But,
that's great.
Yeah. That's the recap, and that's the final soda story, because Below Deck is next. So we're gonna roll out of here, but definitely appreciate all the love. We're gonna make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Let me put up real quick. Fancy graphics. They see they're helping us out. Fancy awesome. Hit that like, subscribe, share. All kidding aside, man. The season is getting closer. We're getting ready, man. It's always fun hanging out with you guys, man. We got Kelly is going to be. We got our show on Wednesday. I think we're going to have a special guest, and it's a Washington fan, and there's a story behind it. We're going to get into that. He said he was good to come on, so we're going to get into that, so you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun, but make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out. Hit that subscribe if you're new. I definitely appreciate all the love. Don't forget the tailgate. The tailgate is going to be week 4. Hit up Cuts by Jones and get yourself a custom Cowboys Cave paddle. We spanking that ass, get some revenge. Make sure you guys check it out. It's $40. All proceeds go to the tailgate, and hopefully we'll see you guys out there. I appreciate it. Jimmy, any final words? What do you got?
No, good stuff. It's always fun in the cave, and we hope to see you, obviously Wednesday and next week, because, man, things are winding up now. It's football season, all right? So look forward to seeing you next Monday.
I appreciate it. See you guys.
Give me somebody that's hungry. Give me somebody that's hungry. I need somebody.